Hello friends, I hope you're all doing great out there. I love to start my morning with a hot cup of tea or coffee. And today we are experiencing a very funny weather. It's a cloudy morning and the sun keeps popping out and disappearing behind the clouds. The morning sun always feels great on my skin, so I always like to step out early in the morning and just catch that morning sun. And somehow it just puts me in good mood and brightens my day as well. It took me quite a long time to realize how much luxury there is in the simple things we experience every day in our country life. Simple things like a morning walk in the garden, watching the birds hop out of their nests and fly away, bees sucking nectar from flowers and buzzing away, and just admiring all the beauty and the nature around me. It's all just priceless. I've been so focused lately on my home that I've forgotten to tend to my old garden here at our home. There's quite some work to be done here. The maize is dry. We've harvested everything and that is supposed to be all cut and given to the cows. But I'm not just in the mood for that today. I've been thinking much about the carrots I planted a while back and they need some thinning done on them. I had done the first thinning, but as they grow, then you realize there's more growth, and when they're close together, then you don't expect to harvest big carrots. This is something I'm supposed to do at a very early stage of the growth, but unfortunately, I've been so occupied, and today is when I have that time to do it. Unfortunately, the carrots are already forming. Some are already really big, but I have to pull them out to allow the rest to grow well. Carrots need some space between them to allow them to expand and be a reasonable size. So when they're close together, then you end up with very slim carrots because they're fighting for the nutrients and space. So friends, let's go inside. I have something very special to show you. I received a parcel from my sister-in-law who lives in the US. She happens to be a fellow content creator and does amazing videos on cooking. Please go to her channel and show her some love by subscribing to her channel and watching her videos, and please let her know I sent you. So Nasremi uses some really amazing pots to cook on her channel and I just loved them. And when I made a comment I loved them, she decided to send me a gift. So this is an onion or vegetable chopper, which is really going to make my cooking very easy. And I know there'll be no tears when cutting onions anymore. So let me just put it aside. I'll figure out how it works later. And the next gift is a cooking pot, just like the ones she uses. It is so beautiful, guys, and white happens to be my favorite color. I think this is going to make my cooking more interesting. She bought me a lot more, but I couldn't find a way to bring them. So she just sent this first and the rest are coming soon. I'm getting rid of the stainless steel. You can see how beautiful this is. And it's quite heavy. Very, very heavy. So these gifts were supposed to be used in my new house, not here. But I honestly can't wait to try them, so I'm just gonna use them here, but I will be carrying them to my home. So I guess this is the first gift I'm getting for my new home and I'm quite excited. Thank you so much, Remy. We have to cook something in this pot today, right now, guys. I've just washed them and while they dry, let's cube our meat and cook. When Remy was around, she was always the chef of the house and we all enjoyed her food. I feel so bad that she left and we can no longer enjoy those delicious dishes she prepared. I learned a lot of recipes and cooking from her, and she handed over that mantle to me, but I'm not as good as she is. So if you're struggling with African recipes, you need to head over to her channel, subscribe, and watch those videos. She has some really amazing recipes. Meat is one of the foods that have just about a million recipes. It is one food you can cook in so many different ways. So I don't think I'm going to have a really specific recipe, but I'm just going to share with you how I normally cook my meat. Quite simple, quite ordinary ways of cooking. I don't complicate my cooking. In school, I was taught to wash my meat before cutting, but I just prefer it this other way. I cut first, then wash. I don't know what the difference is, but this is just my way. I'm done with the meat preparation, so let me wipe the chopper and then we shall figure out how it works. It didn't come with a manual, so to be honest, I've just gone to YouTube and just checked it out, and I've realized it's quite easy to use. No power needed, so it's something you can use anywhere. I've noticed the blade is quite sharp, so if you're gonna be using it, you have to be extra careful with the blade. I think I got a scratch from it. So let's get our onions ready and then assemble it and chop. There's still a shortage of onions where I live, and they are quite expensive in my local markets. I don't know if it's the case everywhere, but I read somewhere that there's going to be a global food shortage. I don't want to get caught up in that, so I'm really trying to expand my garden. And I've also been doing a lot of research on canning of foods because I want to can my food. I don't want to waste my food. So in case there's going to be a shortage, then I'll be sorted. Canning of food is not a thing here. More so, canning of vegetables is not a thing in my country. I think it's because most of us have sort of a kitchen garden and we eat our foods fresh. But I realized when you have a lot of food, then if you don't can, then you're going to waste a lot of food. Electricity supply is not reliable in the villages, so we cannot count on freezing food. That's one reason I must do canning. That was an amazing way to chop onions, and it's so fast. So the more you punch that top, the finer it gets. So what you need to do, if you don't want it so fine, then you have to chop it a few times. I think I've done enough talking, so now let's cook. Our food is ready and I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I just realized we hit 40,000 subscribers and I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. 40,000 times. Thank you for loving me so much. I honestly don't know how I could get to each one of you and just say thank you. Bye bye for now. I'll see you in the next one.